Hi there. So originally I had another video planned, and including this one, but time and life got in the way, a whole lot of life, so it'll just be this one where I whine about YouTube for a bit, and then hopefully I'll have the next one next week. So last week YouTube rolled out a little bit of creator related changes that I think everyone should be made aware of because it's kind of important. So last year, actually around the time I started my channel, they changed their policy so that in order for you to actually make money on YouTube, you had to have 10,000 views. So that was about 2 days before I actually started my channel, or at least before I actually started uploading. So I made a grand total of 2 cents. Yay! And then that got shut down. So now the policy has changed so that you have to have 4,000 hours in 1 year, in the past year, and 1,000 subs, which fortunately for me, I somehow have. Thanks everyone, that's great. But even though this doesn't really affect me at all, I still think it's terrible because they made a policy not even a year ago, and now they have a new policy that restricts small channels even further, which means in about 8 months they're probably going to have a new policy that restricts it even further. So the 10,000 views, it was supposedly to stop people from just taking, let's say, a PewDiePie video, which everyone loves, and uploading it on their own channel and saying, hey, I'm PewDiePie, watch my channel, and basically pretending that they're him and making money off his videos. You know, they're fake channels. Or just uploading a ton of songs and, kind of hitting and running. So before they could make any money, they'd have to kind of get vetted. But, that's kind of fine. But 4,000 hours and 1,000 subs, just for the 4,000 hours, you would have to get a viewing of 11 hours per day for an entire year. And that's a lot for a small channel. There's people in Facebook groups that I'm in that have been on for years and don't get that. It's frankly miraculous that I'm getting that. So the reason that they're doing this is because YouTube only cares about watch time anymore. That's all it's about. So you can make a series of awesome, amazing, like animated shorts or viral videos or things like that that are 2 or 3 minutes long, and everybody loves them and they're amazing, and YouTube could care less. They would rather have 10-hour mixes of songs that just took a couple minutes to make in some video editor and people just listen to on basically infinite loops. They would rather have that. In any case, that's a terrible strategy for a number of reasons. And 1,000 subs, it's more reasonable, I guess, but that's still a pretty high entry barrier. So they're just looking to put down the small creators and stopping them from making it, basically. They're saying 99% of the people that fit this criteria make less than $100 a year, which is the payout for YouTube, or for Google, I should say. In other words, you don't get paid until you make $100. So even if you are making money on YouTube, but not a lot, you basically don't get paid, which makes them reliant on things like Patreon and stuff like that. In fact, there was a small scandal when Patreon got disabled from being on YouTube. I don't remember how long that lasted, but it was a couple days, I think, and it's back now. But oh man, that was a bad idea for them. Anyway, and they're also really aggressive with their what do they call it? Their demonetization algorithm. Every video I've made since October except one has been flagged for demonetization. Now you can just click a button and say, hey, you're wrong. You're obviously wrong. And then about a day later, it gets remonetized because they're obviously wrong. Now, the problem with that is that this is 2018 and everything runs in 24-hour cycles. So if it's still demonetized in the first 24 hours, then you might as well just quit because everyone's already watched it that is going to watch it, and you're screwed. So there you go. That's not completely true, but most views come in the first day, and they're demonetizing for really stupid reasons. Like this one, it got demonetized because it has death in the title, or it had death in the title. Then I changed it, and I realized that was probably it, because there wasn't really anything else in the video itself that could have been taken as bad in any way. So I changed death to end, and it's still not monetized, and it looks like it never will be. Also, my thanks for 1,000 subs video got demonetized for no reason, and it still is not monetized. I've got a bunch that still aren't monetized. There was only one that should have been that I kind of agree with, which was my Evil Dead review. It was kind of gory. Okay, sure, I'll take it. But everything else, no, not by any means. Ironically, there was one that didn't get demonetized instantly, and that was a podcast where somebody said something, and it's like, okay, this just got demonetized, so we said screw it, and we opened up the floodgates and just said all kinds of horrible things all throughout, and we titled the podcast Trigger Warning. So that went through fine, and maybe that's all you have to do. You just have to title your thing Trigger Warning. Yeah. Okay, so why did this Half-Life video make so little money? It made 17 cents with 1,000 views. So 1,000 views is sort of the rate at which you determine how much money you're gonna make. It's at limited views or limited ad status, which means that if somebody wants to put an ad on it, they can. So nothing's stopping them. So right now the ad rate is at it's $15.90, so it's almost $16. So there's YouTube takes half of that, so it's about $8 for every 1,000 views. So I should have gotten $8 on this, but there were only 8 ads run on this video. So there you go. That's what that's about. Also, things like recommended videos and trending, things like that. A lot of people agree, including, top level people like PewDiePie, for example. He made an entire video on this. If your video is demonetized, it seems to be less promoted. Now, YouTube itself has said that none of that is affected by monetization status, but this scientific study has shown otherwise. So that's a thing. That's a thing. Now, why would they do this?
You really think someone would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies?
Well, it's because as of 2015 at least, YouTube still doesn't make money. They have a lot of costs. They have hard drive costs, they have network costs, they have power costs for their huge giant server banks. Multiple, I'm sure. YouTube is expensive, and if 99% of the people aren't making money, then I'm sure that it's at a huge deficit to them. So they care bigly about money. So if this is the case, why would they want less people to have ads on their channels and not more? Well, this is because not all channels are equal, right? PewDiePie is going to have more views than, say, me, or someone even smaller than me, because apparently 99% of people are somehow. So there's only so many ads to go around, because advertisers aren't infinite money bags. So PewDiePie is gonna get the big ads, and someone like me is gonna get, some petty little, I don't know. I don't even know what ads are running on my channel. If they want to run on my channel, sure, go ahead. I can't help but notice, though, that all of PewDiePie's ads are just YouTube ads. That's hilarious. He criticizes them all the time. Anyway, so yeah, they're just, YouTube's just trying to crush the little guy and keep the big guy at the top, and they're literally trying to crush 99% of the people that are on there, and then once those 99% of people are gone, they're gonna crush the remaining 99% of people, and then it's just gonna be 10 people at the top. And then if you look at the trending thing, like, just open up a what do you call it, like a private browser window, and go to YouTube's front page, and it's just all like TV, late night shows, clips, and a couple music videos, and like football category, and it's all stuff that you can get on TV. And YouTube is just trying to become the new TV. That's what you see the ads for. Buy TV through YouTube. Buy it as a service. Buy YouTube Red, because they don't want to deal with advertisers anymore. They just want to become their own. They just want to become the new cable, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But I mean, if they want to do that, sure. But don't do it at the cost of becoming what you hate, or what we hate. They're taking the U out of YouTube. That's the core of it. That's the essential problem. Anyway, that's my rant.